Hey guys, and welcome to this video. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different from my usual kind of product reviews and first impressions and give you guys some tips for shopping at the drugstore. I know a lot of people are turned off by drugstore makeup, not because of the quality of the makeup, but because of the experience of finding the makeup at the drugstore. So I wanted to give you guys the tips and tricks that I use to make drugstore shopping easier and more effective and more budget friendly. So if you guys are interested in my top 10 tips to make drugstore makeup shopping better, then just keep watching. So these first few tips are around foundation matching because I know that's a huge problem with drugstore makeup. And the first tip that I have is memorize one shade. So all you need to do is memorize what shade you are in just one foundation, and then you're good to go in the drugstore because the majority of drugstore foundations are in clear bottles. There are a few exceptions to that rule, but by and large, most foundations are in glass bottles or clear bottles so you can actually see the product inside. So for me, the foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me. So I know exactly what shade I am in that foundation, and I can just walk around and hold that foundation up to other foundations and look for the closest match. So rather than trying to memorize what you are in every shade in every foundation, just memorize one shade and you can use that as your point of reference. So tip number 2 is for those of you that are new to drugstore makeup and maybe wanting to find some cheaper alternatives to your high-end makeup that you're looking to replace. And I would say bring it with you. Bring your foundation with you, your lipstick, your blush, whatever it is you're looking to replace, throw it in your purse and bring it to the drugstore with you. And use that as a reference when you're shopping for dupes or you're shopping for cheaper alternatives. As much as we think we can, it's really hard to remember the exact shade of the products that we're looking to replace. So rather than playing a guessing game, I would say just pop the foundation or lipstick in your purse and walk around with those as your point of reference if you're looking for a dupe or, like I said, a cheaper alternative. Tip number 3 is to go outside. So sometimes the drugstore does have testers out, and when you're testing out the shade of your foundation in the fluorescent lighting of the drugstore, you can be completely fooled because things look vastly different in natural light. So once you swipe the foundation maybe on your jawline, go outside, make sure you put the products in your basket down first, so I'm not encouraging shoplifting here, but go outside and look at the foundation in natural light and make sure that it is truly a match because natural light is the true test. Tip number 4 is hold on to your receipt for at least a week. So even if you can't test things out in the store, there aren't testers out, you don't have a foundation with you to match, you can always return things. Any drugstore I've ever shopped at is excellent about returns, even if the product has been opened. So you may get home and put on that lipstick, put on the foundation or the blush and love it, and then maybe the next week you wear it to a wedding and the foundation melts off within a few hours, or you see it has horrible flashback in photos. Make sure you hold on to the receipt long enough to really test the product out, rather than being stuck with products that you don't really like because you threw away the receipt right when you got home. You can return things for your money back. I think it's about 30 days is the average, so test it out. Make sure that you really like it, and you can always bring it back if you don't. Tip number 5, this one may seem really obvious, but it is so important, especially at the drugstore. Read the labels. So I cannot tell you how many times I have come home with a brown mascara because it was placed where the black mascaras are. Because you aren't at a department store or a makeup counter and being handed the product that you're asking for, make sure that you really read the labels and check out the color, check out the formula, make sure it's actually in the right spot and not just blindly grab it off of the shelf. I've accidentally come home with the dewy version of the Maybelline Fit Me foundation because it snuck in there with all of the rest of the matte and poreless ones. And then, like I said, a million times I've come home with brown mascara when I meant to buy black mascara. So just read closely because you are at the drugstore and things aren't always in the right spot. And tip number 6 is pull from the back. Even though you're not supposed to, a lot of people will open up products in the drugstore and test them out on their hand, maybe even on their lips or on their face. and you don't want to buy something that someone else has been messing with. So I always pull from the back of the stack. Like I'll reach back in there and get the very last one to make sure that it's fresh, and I always make sure that it's sealed. I know it's tempting, especially when it's the last one left, to go ahead and buy one that someone has opened in the store, but I would wait for one that's sealed just because you never know who's touched it, what they've done with it. So just be careful and make sure things are sealed, and the best way that I've found to do that is just to pull from the back of the stack. Tip number 7 is to research beforehand. So I started this channel because I know how overwhelming it can be when you walk into a drugstore and it's like just a wall of products and you just want to buy a lipstick, and all of a sudden you're inundated with 100,000 lipsticks and you have no idea where to start. So I would highly recommend going in the drugstore knowing what you're looking for, because otherwise you're gonna get overwhelmed and probably spend 30 minutes just staring at this wall of makeup. I know I've done that before. So use resources like this channel, other blogs, and make sure that you know what you're looking for and that you know it's high quality before walking in there, so you don't walk out with $200 worth of makeup, because then you're not really saving any money by shopping at the drugstore. Tip number 8 is that drugstores are always running deals, like buy one, get one 50% off, sometimes just 50% off. There's always a deal going on with a different brand, and it's usually different across the drugstores. So if you want to maybe replace your Physicians Formula concealer, for example, between Target, Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, all the other drugstores, someone is bound to be offering a discount on Physicians Formula. So rather than just walking into any drugstore, go ahead and find out which drugstore is holding the deal on the product that you want to buy. Tip number 9, kind of along the same lines, I would highly recommend signing up for all of the rewards programs. I've got the Rite Aid card, the Walgreens, the CVS. It's not like a credit card or anything. It's just a little card that you scan and you build up rewards points, and then you get money back. So if you shop at the drugstore a lot, definitely do that, because you will get money back and you'll get further discounts on the products that are on sale. So a lot of times you'll see that the different discounts are just for people that use those rewards cards. And if you don't have your card with you, you can just ask to type in your phone number. I never have my cards with me. I always forget them. So I just type in my phone number every time I check out at any drugstore, and I get the points, I get the deals, and I don't have to load up my wallet with all these different rewards cards. And then tip number 10 is my favorite one, and it's test in your car. So a lot of the times when I go and buy a bunch of new makeup at the drugstore, if I'm trying to find a foundation or lipstick or anything that I'm trying to buy, I'll go without makeup on and I'll go purchase a bunch of things that I wanted. And the ones that I'm not really sure about, or the ones that I want to make sure are a color match for me, I'll go ahead and get in my car and pull down the mirror and just sit there in the parking lot and put some of the makeup on my face. And if there's something where I'm like, immediately, I don't like this formula, this color is wrong, or the color payoff isn't what I thought it was going to be, I'll just walk right back in and return it, because there's so much money wasted when you get home and realize something doesn't work and don't really feel like running back out and going to return it, or forget about it. And the amount of money lost in stuff that should have been returned is crazy. So if you just do it while you're already there, you'll save yourself a trip, and you'll probably actually return something that maybe you wouldn't have, because it's kind of a pain to go and return things. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope this was helpful. It didn't seem like too much common sense. These are just all of the things that I have in the back of my mind when I'm shopping at the drugstore, and I just want everyone to feel comfortable spending their money at the drugstore and not feel like you're going to be stuck with makeup you don't like. And I think with these tips, anyone could be successful in finding their new drugstore makeup holy grail product. So let me know down in the comments if you have any other tips. Share them with each other. We can kind of create a community around shopping for drugstore makeup and putting to rest any of the concerns that people have. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.